Welcome, fellow Apple fans. The Apple special event for Music and Macs was held earlier today, and in this video, we're going to cover the top announcements from the event. If you haven't already, be sure and hit that subscribe bell so you get all my Apple videos in the future. And leave me a like below if you enjoy the video as well, because it really helps the channel out. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's dive in. First off, what about that cool intro video with all the classic Apple gear? I mean, remixing all the various Apple sounds into a Logic project was pretty cool. Even the poor iPod Hi-Fi got its moment during this one. It was a really cool video, and if you missed the event, I will link it in the description below. You definitely need to check this out. Has nothing to do with the event, it was just really cool. Kicking the event off with music, Zane Lowe showed up to tell us all about some new Apple Music features. First up are mood and activity-based playlists. Created by the music team, these curated playlists are themed, such as Play Island Music Vibes or Play the Cooking Playlist. In addition to these, Apple Music is gaining a brand new voice plan. Priced at only $4.99 a month, this new tier gives users full access to the Apple Music catalog, but only via Siri. So you can ask Siri to play any song, playlist, or station with unlimited skips, but only on Apple devices. So this will not work if you're using iTunes or Apple Music on Windows or Android, because it only works via Siri. There is a customized user interface that is supposed to be active when you're using this, like in the Music app, because you will not have access to the traditional Apple Music browsing experience when using the voice plan. This is similar to, I think, Amazon has an Apple or Amazon Music plan for Echo that's cheaper and works in a similar fashion to this, if you're familiar with that. Also, we're getting some new colors for the HomePod Mini. Yellow, blue, and orange versions of Apple's smart speaker will be available in November. They join white and space gray, which are currently available. The previously rumored third-generation AirPods were finally announced today. They feature the shorter stems and a more AirPods Pro-like design, including replacing the tapping motion with a force sensor. They support spatial audio, which Apple was really talking up during the event. They also maintain the adaptive EQ from AirPods Pro. Apple also mentioned that the third-generation AirPods are sweat and water resistant if for some reason you like running in the rain. They have 6 hours of listening time, and a 5-minute charge is supposed to offer an additional hour of battery. They'll cost $179 and are on sale now with deliveries beginning next week. The second-generation AirPods are staying in the lineup, priced at $129, which positions these right between the second gen and the AirPods Pro at $249. Number 2, the M1 Pro and Max. The long-awaited Pro Apple Silicon chip made its debut today, and Apple ruined everyone's bingo cards by not calling it the M1X or the M2. Instead, they debuted two chips called the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. The M1 Pro is a 5nm chip with 33.7 billion transistors. It's a 10-core CPU with 8 high-performance cores and 2 efficiency cores, supporting up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. The built-in GPU features 16 cores, and the built-in video decoding chip also now supports Apple's ProRes format. In addition, the system on the chip for the M1 Pro can finally handle multiple displays natively and supports Thunderbolt 4. The M1 Max takes all of that awesomeness and cranks the GPU up to 32 cores, doubles the video decoder to support 2 simultaneous streams of ProRes video, and bumps up the maximum amount of RAM to 64 gigabytes. The transistor count on the M1 Max jumps to a staggering 57 billion transistors. Finally, number 1, new MacBook Pros. What good are crazy fast chips if you don't have anything to put them in? Apple solved that problem by introducing two new top-of-the-line 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros. The new MacBook Pros basically reboot the line back to the pre-16 MacBook Pro. The changes made in 2016, which was easily the most Johnny Ive design ever, caused much frustration in the Pro Mac community. Both sizes trade that ultra-thin light design for a more functional Pro laptop. The touch bar is gone, replaced by a full-height row of function keys, including a full-size Touch ID button with the finger ring, just like on the new iMac keyboard. In addition, the HDMI port, SD card slot, and MagSafe ports have made their triumphant return. There are 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and yes, they still support charging if you have heavily invested into the USB-C charging world. Both laptops feature the new Liquid Retina XDR display, which uses the mini LED tech from the iPad Pro, including ultra-thin bezels. The larger display is 16.2 inches at a resolution of 3456 by 2234, and the little guy clocks in at 14.2 inches and 3024 by 1964. The most controversial decision, since no Apple products can not have one, seems to be the inclusion of a notch a la iPhone at the top of the new MacBooks. The controversy here is a little overblown, as the notch doesn't cut into your content. It stays tucked away nice and neatly in the menu bar, and the screen has actually grown to accommodate it. So before you complain and get too worked up about losing screen space, it's screen you wouldn't have had previously anyway. Also, you get ProMotion, which looks fantastic. The notch houses the upgraded 1080p FaceTime camera and its indicator light. There was no mention whether these support center stage, which seemed an odd omission considering like every iPad has it now, but Apple didn't say. Something else you're definitely not getting in that notch is Face ID. Although I would assume it's just a matter of time now before it comes to the Mac, considering they have literally pulled the notch over and went to the trouble of integrating it into the Mac display. The 14-inch starts at just $19.99, and the 16-inch begins at $24.99. Which really surprised me because I assumed these were going to get more expensive. Bravo, Apple. Good job. They're available in silver and space gray, with orders starting today and shipping next week. That was the event. I thought it was a great event. The chips look great. The AirPods have been rumored for an eternity, so it's nice to see them finally drop. And these new MacBooks look flat out amazing. Let me know in the comments below, are you ordering a new MacBook Pro? And if so, what are you getting? Also, does the notch really bother you on the MacBooks? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.